Hi, second grade. I hope everyone's doing well. Hope you're all staying safe. And today we're going to be reviewing picture graphs. I know we worked on them last week and you guys did really well with them. And then this week we were working with line plots and bar graphs. But I wanted us to review because we're going to do an activity where you have to answer questions using a bar graph and then make a bar graph. So this is going to be a small review for us. So what I did is I took a survey from a class I had about their favorite sport that they like to play. And they had a picture graph. So remember, this here, favorite sports, is our title. It tells us what our bar graph is about. So I had the class vote on what their favorite sport was. So they could pick between soccer, basketball, baseball / softball, football, gymnastics, and then hockey. So remember, our first thing we always have to look at when we're looking at picture graphs is our key. So the key tells us again what each symbol represents. So this one's saying each circle equals 2 votes. So every circle is 2 votes for that sport. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and figure out the totals for every single sport, how many votes each sport got. So let's start up here at soccer. So soccer had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They have 5 total circles. Remember, each circle is 2 votes, so we're going to count by 2s. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So soccer had 10 votes. So now let's go to basketball. Basketball has 3 circles, and that's count by 2s. 2, 4, 6. So 6 votes for basketball. Baseball and softball, they had 3 circles. So 2, 4, 6. So there's 6 just like basketball. Football here has 4. 2, 4, 6, 8. And now gymnastics here, they only have 2. So 2, 4. So 4 people voted for gymnastics. Hockey, sadly, only has 1. So that is 2. So some of you may not know this. Mr. Moyer played both soccer and hockey in college. So I was on both of those teams when I was in college. All right, so now that we figured out how the total of votes for every single sport, now we're going to answer some questions. Sometimes they just ask us what the total of each thing is, but sometimes they'll ask us specific questions. So the first question says, which sport had the most votes? So which one of these sports had the most votes? Well, it definitely wasn't hockey, gymnastics. They were lower. So it's between football and soccer because they had the most amount of dots or circles. And it says, and 10's higher than 8, so we know that soccer had the most votes. Now the next question, number 2, says, which sport had 8 votes? So let's look here to see which sport had 8 votes. So soccer had 10, basketball had 6, baseball and softball had 6, football had 8. So it wants 8 votes, so the sport that had 8 votes was football. Okay. Now number 3 says, which sport had the least votes? So which sport had the least amount of votes? Well, 2 is less than 4, so then hockey is going to be our sport that had the least amount of votes. Hockey's a very hard sport. It's hard to learn how to ice skate. Even just rollerblading can be a little difficult. So then our last question, it says the total vote. So how many total votes did we have in all? So that means total again means addition. So that means we're going to have to add up every single vote that we had. So we have to go down this list and we can add. So you can either go 10 plus 6 and you can equal that, and then now go 16 plus 6 because we know 10 plus 6 equals 16. Or you can make it a little bit easier for yourself. This is the way Mr. Moore's brain works, is he likes to add stuff to make it a little bit easier ahead of time. So I know 4 plus 2 gives me 6. And then I know 6 plus 6 gives me 12. So now I'm going to add 10 plus 12. I'm going to do it down here. Equals 0 plus 2 equals 2. 1 plus 1 equals 2. So 22. Now we're going to add the 8. 2 plus 8 equals 10. So we're going to put the 0 down, add the 1 up. Equals 30. And then we just add our 6 down. So that means 0 plus 6 equals 6. And then we bring our 3 down. So 36 is our total. So there was a total of 36 votes. All right. So that's awesome. You guys did a good job. And remember, if you're going to be making a picture graph, remember the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to sort your items, and then you're going to get the totals. And then remember to always look at your key to see which item you're using and what the key means, what each item means. So in this one, it said each circle is 2 votes. So then we knew that each circle is going to be 2 votes. So when you're making them, you got to figure out how much each symbol is going to represent. I hope this is helpful. Keep doing a good job, guys.